Welcome back to another episode of Jersey Yogalicious, another episode of The Mat, Demystifying Patanjali. My name is Kat. I am a Nesta Sport certified yoga instructor, and we've been working through the beginnings of the Yoga Sutras as written by Patanjali from what he had gathered, and this is interpreted by the author, which is Yogananda. We are working on Sutra 1.3 today. If you're just joining us for the first time, please go back and start with the very first sutra and then catch up with us as time allows. 1.3. Then spiritually free, the sage abides tranquility in his inner self. And it starts off with, modern living leads us to confuse fulfillment with excitement. From excitement, however, ensues tension, and tension causes all happiness to vanish. Tension causes all happiness to vanish. Patanjali says to us, experience over many years has convinced me that if we really repose our trust in God and ask for nothing for ourselves, He will supply all of our needs. A calm mind usually calms opposition, but when it fails to do so, it disarms it. There's a good story that Patanjali tells from when he was a young boy, and it's found on page 25 in here. Many years ago, when I was new in America, 13 years old and weighing only 107 pounds, a schoolmate of mine, Tommy Matters, 2 years older than I, weighing at 230, decides he didn't like the English accent that I had in those days. He kept threatening me, and I remained calm. At lunch one day, he sat next to me and kept criticizing my table manners. Don't you know, you should spoon your soup out far side of the bowl, peasant. I calmly ignored him. Boy, I am going to get you, he exclaimed fiercely at last. I knew he meant it. I'm returning to my room, and since there were no locks on our doors, I pushed the chest of drawers across the opening as to obstruct. But of course it was child's play for Tommy to push the door open. Charging into my room, he threw me onto the bed and began to pummel me ruthlessly. There was nothing I could do about it but lie there and protect my face as well as I could with my hands. I'm going to throw you out the window, he kept whispering, making sure to keep his voice low so as not to attract the attention of the corridor. My room was 3 stories above the ground, and I said nothing. Finally exhausted, he left me, somewhat for the worse than he'd found me, but still alive. Why didn't you cry for help? A classmate of mine asked me afterward. Because I wasn't afraid, I answered. Whatever happens, I told myself during the pummeling, I accept it. Interestingly, from then, Tommy left me alone. Calm, passive resistance, an attitude we'll discuss more length later on, wins out over violent emotions. Thus, the calmness of Patanjali is not only to be obtained through the spiritual endeavor, the practice of calmness under adversity also hastens the attainment. So this is part of our spiritual growth, is learning how to deal with situations as they come up in life. Under any circumstance, we need to be able to remain calm, and that is the key that we receive from Sutra 1.3. And all things will flow from there. Namaste.